Hi, everyone. This is Coach Andy Goldberg with Action Coach. Welcome to the Founders Chair podcast. And I'm very excited to have Mary Curry from Curries Removals and Clearances on with us today. Welcome to the show, Mary.
Thanks for having me.
Why don't we just start by telling us a little bit about your personal story? Where are you from? Where do you live?
I currently live in Ayr in South Ayrshire, but I'm originally from South Uist in the Western Isles, from a family of five there. I'm the oldest with four younger brothers, and I moved to Ayr about 25 years ago. And I'm now married here with children and running our own business.
Okay, so you're from Uist.
Yep.
What's life like growing up on an island like that?
Good, yeah. Very quiet, but nice. Lots of freedom. Really enjoy going back up with my family, and the kids love going up there to spend time with
Oh,
grandparents and aunties and uncles and their cousins.
Oh, that's fantastic. And why did you decide to leave to just start a family, start a business?
Originally to go to college in Glasgow, and then eventually I met my husband and moved down to Ayr, where he's from.
Oh, great. And tell us a little bit about the business. How did it come about and where are you at now? What are you doing? First, the origin and then where you're at now.
We started out about 18 years ago when our first child was born. My husband works offshore, and when he was at home, he found himself kind of at a loose end. So he bought a wee van just to kind of start doing man and van jobs to kind of keep him occupied. Childcare became an issue because we didn't have much family down here that could help us. So we kind of started to kind of expand on that to basically bring in a wage for myself. And from there, it progressed over the last, as I say, 18 years to where we are now.
Do you find that that's how why a lot of businesses started was really just to, well, we got to pay the bills and we got to do something. And
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think most folk that we speak to are the same. Yeah,
do you think it was a conscious decision to grow the company and build it up, or did it just happen
it just happened, to be honest.
naturally?
Yeah, it just kind of the longer we were established, the more customers we got, the more well known we got in the area. And then about 10, 11 years ago, we went for our operator's license to be able to operate HGV vehicles. And since then, it's really, really grown.
So I want to get to that in a minute. In fact, what you do and where right now. But just when you started to grow the business, was there a point where you felt like you realized you had the confidence to own a business and grow a business? Was confidence ever an issue, or did you just feel like, yeah, we could just do this?
I think just over time, the more that I spoke to, even before we did the business, I was a receptionist, so I spoke with the general public on the phone quite a lot anyway. And I was in hospitality in my kind of teenage years working, so I always kind of dealt with the general public then as well. So I kind of knew how to do customer service. So over time, when I was dealing with customers on the phone, with move doing like manor van type work, it just kind of grew from there, and the customer base went further and further, and the job started to get bigger and bigger.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about what you do, the services you offer, and who you do them for, who your kind of ideal customers are.
We do removals, household removals. We provide storage, and we do house clearances as well. So removals being just everyday folk, family folk moving from old house to new house, anything from one bedroom flats up to five, six bedroom. You know, don't know how you'd use to describe it, but big family homes
Hmm.
in Ayrshire, Glasgow, and we also travel nationwide as well, from the Outer Hebrides down to the south of England, Wales, and Ireland as well. Um, we do house clearances as well, so whether it's an end of tenancy or if somebody's passed away, then we could go in and clear the property ready for the house to go on the market, or if it's already been sold for the new people moving in. We deal with solicitors that deal with estates, so they'll instruct us to go in and clear property as well.
Yeah.
And we also do storage. So if people are moving house but they haven't quite found their new home yet, or they need renovation work done, they can put their goods in with ourselves while they're waiting on their new home or while they're getting renovation work done to their new house.
Okay, fantastic. There you go. That's your plug now for your business. People are watching this. One of the things our listeners like to hear, according to them, are stories of somebody that may have inspired you or helped you along the way. You know, maybe somebody from outside, a either a mentor or a hero. You know, somebody that maybe you aspired to be like. Is there anybody like that who's pushed you or inspired you? And what would have been the impact of that?
I don't think so, to be honest. It's just myself and my husband kind of helping each other along, really, and the staff that we have working for us as well. We've all kind of pushed each other along and, try our best to kind of make the company as best as we can.
And what would you say was your biggest learning as a business owner on your journey?
Um, Trying to keep the customers happy all the time. Um, Trying to accommodate them as much as we can. It can be quite demanding. Customers changing their dates, and it's obviously a very stressful time moving house. It's not something I've had to do personally myself, but being out on the road, speaking to customers, I do the quotes as well. So I'm quite often the first point of contact when I go out to first visit a customer to discuss what their needs are. And 90% of them is, it's so stressful, but we try to put everybody at ease.
Yeah. You know, at the very start of my career, I worked for a catering company and we did a lot of weddings.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, brides and their mothers are not at their best,
No, no.
right? They're not at their best. And we're trying to keep them happy and they're stressed and they're like
Hmm.
so many emotions flying. And you've got to be the sound
Yeah.
rock in their otherwise chaotic
Yeah, well, we're the
time of their life.
same. We're the same. We try and kind of be the kind of centerpiece for them in terms of, the estate agent, the solicitor, we'll be the ones that are there on the actual day to make sure all their goods are taken out and delivered to their new house. And on the day when it is very stressful for them, our guys are very good at kind of keeping the customers calm and that as well, and reassuring them that everything's going to plan.
Okay, so that's what you would say was your biggest learning over the years was how to do that, how
Mhm.
to deal with people, and you know, you're in a people business, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
What would you say has been your biggest challenge through the years? Is it the same thing?
Yeah, the biggest challenge we're finding at the moment is that a lot of dates are changing in the industry that we're in. Is that when customers are moving house, for example, they're maybe moving house tomorrow or Monday, and all of a sudden something goes wrong and the date has to change to a couple of days later, and we then have to try and accommodate them and try and fit them in as best we can. But it can be a bit of a struggle. But we always do our best to try and make sure the customers' needs are met, hopefully.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. What's the next big thing for you in your business? Are you in a growth phase at the moment? Are you thinking about the next?
Yeah, at the moment we're looking at we currently rent the premises that we're in. So we're currently looking at purchasing our own premises, a larger area, a larger building, to be able to kind of expand a bit more and um, hopefully be able to employ more staff as well.
That's exciting. So it sounds like there's a lot of, you know, the market is growing for what you're doing, and you need to grow with it.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
Why not? I mean, you don't have to answer this question, but I kind of more asking myself, but why not just stay where you are and operate at capacity? Why feel the need to grow and scale up?
To be honest, where we are at the moment is just too small for what we have. So we need a bigger building, even just to be able to accommodate more comfortably how we're operating just now. It's not necessarily for growth. Well, it is for growth. I think that will come along with it at the back of it.
Mm,
But we need more space just now for what we currently have.
sure. Should make your working life easier and
Yeah,
here to look
easier.
after your customers.
Yeah, that's right. To look after the customers and to make the work-life balance a bit easier for their staff and that as well.
Marketing is always, by the way, this is not a question on the question list that you got briefed ahead of time. So I just want to make our listeners aware that I'm hitting you with questions that you did not know you were going to get.
Right,
Like,
okay.
because I only came up with it right now, but you seem to be, you know, you've got a good, strong, healthy customer base, which is growing. Marketing is often a challenge for businesses. So
Uh-huh.
Where are your customers coming from? Is it word of mouth, or do you do a lot of proactive marketing?
Well, yeah, we do a lot of, well, quite a bit of proactive. We've obviously got a website and social media, which we kind of update as much as we can. We also get through a marketing company a list of all the properties that go for sale
Okay.
in the area. So we then send them out a leaflet and a letter, not a personal letter, but a personal letter from myself explaining the services that we offer and offering a free quote service, which we find works best because we're targeting directly the customers that will need to use us. We're not, and then customers might not even have heard of us. So, customers are then saying, "Oh, I never even knew about you until I got your leaflet."
Mm.
Um, and then they might say, "Oh, I seen your now that I've got your leaflet, I actually remember seeing your lorry on so and so street a couple of weeks ago. Now that I've got your leaflet, they're kind of picking us up as you go out, as they're out on the road."
So it's like a multi-pronged attack, right? So it's
Mm-hmm.
maybe the signage on your lorry wasn't in itself enough, and maybe the leaflet alone wasn't enough, but the two together,
Yeah,
people, it's front of,
yeah,
of their
it
mind.
kind of clicks. And obviously word of mouth as well, because we've been around for a long time. We've got a lot of word of mouth now that, somebody's work colleague moved, or somebody's neighbour or something like that has moved. So they're using our services now.
Fantastic. Just on the subject of marketing, then, before I forget, do you want to give out the details of your website, or what the easiest way is for anyone
Yeah, the
watching to get in
website
touch
is
with you?
just www.curriesremovals.co.uk. So on there, you'll find a list of all the services that we provide as well. And there's also pictures and things on there also of the various things that we do too.
Fantastic. Other social media? Are you on?
Yeah, Facebook and Instagram, we're on there as well. So again, if you go on to either of those, there's quite a lot of up-to-date photos of different places we've been to and the different jobs that we've done. So
Good. No TikTok yet?
no, no,
Me neither.
no.
Final question, Mary. You'll be happy to know. What advice do you have for business owners who are thinking about going out on their own?
Oh, I don't know. Probably at the moment would be, to look after your staff and those that work alongside you, and they'll probably look after you too. We find that being a family run business, that we hopefully, when we're dealing with our staff, that we understand that everybody's got a family and everybody needs to have own family time. So we all kind of try and work together to get the work-life balance right.
I think that's great advice, right? Look after your staff. They'll look after you. They'll follow
Yeah,
you to the ends of the earth.
hopefully.
Hopefully. Look, this has been fantastic, Mary. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure speaking with you today. We've been speaking to Mary Curry from Curries Removals and Clearances. This has been the Founders Chair podcast, and we look forward to seeing you all again very soon. Thanks very much for watching. Bye bye.
Thank you.